What's going on, everybody? It's Bulls Nation Station back at it again with another one. And the Bulls have completed day 4 of their training camp, and we are getting closer and closer to our first preseason game against the Pelicans that will be held on Tuesday. And so, yeah, it was another pretty productive day. You know, you didn't really get to get too much of an insight into this practice today, besides a couple of clips that I'll show in the video. But yeah, we did get some interviews from a few people, and they said a few things that I felt was very important, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it. But before I do, I want you guys to subscribe to my page as I keep you guys updated with the Bulls content, the Bulls rumors, the Bulls gossip, and all the Bulls news. And so yeah, they had another pretty successful day of practice. You know, they still have been challenging and going at it. And Billy Donovan, you know, he stepped up and talked after practice. And one thing he was saying is that he still is figuring out his team as far as trying to get an identity. He's still trying to get an identity for this team. And one thing he mentioned and recognized, which I know a lot of fans are proud to hear, is that the Bulls are trying to, you know, adjust their offense. You know, their offense was too predictable last season. It was a lot of give it to DeMar and get out the way. And a lot of that was due to circumstance of injuries and things like that. But yeah, he's trying to build another dynamic in the offense to where it's really a positionless offense, to where if you have the ball, you go free flowing. And that way, you know, not only can DeMar create, but Zach can create, Patrick Williams can create, whoever the point guard is, Ayo can create, you know, and that's what Billy Donovan is trying to do. And another thing he's trying to encourage is ball movement. Whether you have the ball or where you don't have the ball, you know, you have to move, because moving creates more space for the offensive player to create something. And so, you know, a lot of times last year, people were just standing around in one position and, you know, they wasn't really helping out the offense as far as moving. So now he's encouraging players to move. As you can see in the clip, you know, Dalen Terry, he hit DeMar with the backcourt pass. And, you know, it was cool because DeMar, he saw that things were getting stagnant and he moved, which created an opportunity at the rim. And that's a lot of things that Billy Donovan wants to see. He was talking about how, you know, Javonte Green, they asked about Javonte Green, and Billy Donovan said he envisioned Javonte having a role on his team. He says that the thing that Javonte brings is the fact that, you know, his energy and his attention to defense can change a dynamic of a game, as to where, you know, things would get stagnant and you throw in Javonte, you know, he'll come in, he could change the way the momentum is shifting in that game. And so he feels like that's a very important thing for Javonte to have. And so he says he envisions Javonte with the role. So, you know, that's giving an idea of kind of how the rotation will turn out, because he plans on Javonte playing. And so, you know, they interviewed Javonte Green also, and, you know, he was basically saying the same thing. He says, whether I'm coming off the bench, playing the full game, not playing at all, my goal is to bring the energy, you know, and that's what I want to do. I feel like last year was my best year. You know, it done a lot for me, it opened a lot of doors for me, so I'm just trying to build on that. And he says, you know, in the summer I've been working on ball handling and shooting and those type of things. But yeah, you know, as far as the energy, that's just who I am and that's just where I come from. And he's also said that his job is to help push his teammates and motivate them to, you know, be a lot better in what they're trying to do. And so, you know, that's excellent to hear Javonte just trying to be a role player. He's all about the team. He loves his team. And that's great to hear. And they also interviewed Nikola Vucevic. And Vucevic, he was just talking about, you know, the difference this year compared to last year. He says that, you know, a lot of guys are getting more used to each other, especially having another year. He feels like camaraderie that they had last season, you know, is just built on what they're trying to do now. So they're used to each other. The chemistry is being built. And he was talking about Patrick Williams. He was saying how, you know, Patrick Williams he's such a great player. He noticed how good of a player he was back when Patrick was a rookie and he played the Orlando teams. And one of those games was actually one of Patrick's best games as a rookie. And so he kind of knew about Patrick Williams. He's happy to have him back. He says he feels like with Patrick's athleticism and physical tools, compared with Vucevic IQ, they could do a lot better job on the defensive end this upcoming year. And as you know, Vucevic had Javonte Green last year. He didn't really have Patrick, and he kind of struggled just because of the size of Javonte. But I feel like they should be a lot better off. And yeah, you know, that's a few of the interviews that I've got from the training camp. You know, Billy Donovan, he also was talking about Zach LaVine, and he said Zach looks a lot stronger. He looks a lot quicker. He's jumping. He has that bounce back. And that's awesome, because that type of Zach LaVine is the type that we need, and hopefully he can have it throughout the whole season. So shout out to the Bulls on that. You know, I'm going to keep you guys updated with whatever I hear as far as the training camp. And yeah, definitely like this video, and I'm going to holler at you guys later. I'm out.